Normally, I don't really, every movie about alcoholism normally is so sad.
Yeah.
And, like, no one ever shows the upsides.
Hi, I'm Robert Eggers.
And I'm Robert Pattinson.
And this is our scene breakdown for
The Lighthouse. I think it was just water, but we were drinking it though. I mean, there was, and I was actually when I was talking about this the other day, like the kind of, it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
Like you're literally, you felt disgusting afterwards. I mean, it's kind of.
And we did like 4 takes of that.
Yeah. It's really, really difficult to swallow that quickly. I've got a very pronounced gag reflex.
Yeah, you guys, yeah.
I mean, there was like a very specific dance that we were supposed to be doing, which you can sort of see Willem doing. Actually, no, I guess I had a different dance show rehearsed. I had a kind of a lumberjack dance.
Yeah, but you're doing all the moves around the table with Willem and everything.
Yeah. I feel like because my character is so contained, constricted, at kind of the early in his sobriety, I kind of wanted to. It wasn't just like when he got drunk with Willem, because Willem was drinking the whole time. Like it wasn't like they would end up on the same level. It would just go way beyond. It's not like it's fun to hang out with him. Like it's literally like it's like. And then when he gets sort of tender with him later, and when he's kind of tired and drunk, and it's even more. Then it's like they can never quite get on the same page. But I think that's kind of what I was. I think that's what I was doing.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, and then and because generally things are so tamped down, and here the dancing and the drinking is just like revving you up to 110.
And he's been looking for Willem's validation the whole movie, and it's kind of as soon as he's getting his attention and focus, it's literally like, he's been wanting a pat on the head for so long that as soon as he gets the attention on him, it's like a hyperactive child that you just completely lose your mind.
And and you're definitely like trying to outdo his jig with your lumberjack. Yeah. Dance. By the way, you can't see Rob's feet, but the dance he's doing is incredibly complicated. Robert Flatley would be very envious.
I think that's the only time I've actually successfully managed to do a spin.
No, it's
in my life. I was literally like, wow. Yeah, whenever Willem Dafoe shouts "dance" at you, it is a different. Like normally, if someone said, "Hey, do you want to have a dance?" It just wouldn't happen.
Dance! Dance, Winslow! Dance! Come on, you like the what do here? How we got to the wood last year?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite performances of yours. I think Rob often surprised me. This is one of these moments where he went further than I expected, but also slightly different than how my preconceived notions about the character. In the end of this clip, when you seem like you're speaking in tongues, like everyone in like the entire crew is like shocked, and it's one of the most memorable moments in the film for me. Rob is singing. I mean, he is singing lyrics here. Like if you watch this with subtitles, like this is a lumberjack song.
It's kind of hard because I knew it said it was in the script. It was he's speeding up and speeding up and speeding up. I think that's like 3 verses of the song.
Yeah. And the recording that you had is like a trillion times slower than you're doing it.
That's fun.
Like this scene shows you are so extreme. But this is right before this is a montage of masturbating with lots of horror imagery and severed heads and
before
things.
that,
And my brother and Jaron Blaschke, the brother who wrote this with me, and Jaron Blaschke, the DP, we were like, okay, so this dancing scene needs to be scarier than like a severed head. And I think you nailed it.
Nice. There's hardly any movie, any characters or any character arcs where you can have that sustained, heightened desperation for like half a movie. It's kind of fun.
Yeah,
and
totally.
plus being absolutely obliterated drunk as well. I don't know how many movies that are going to come out like that again. Thanks for watching our Scene Breakdown, and be sure to check out the Lighthouse. It's in theaters right now.
And buy your tickets on Fandango.